Welcome. We are in week 2 now. So the second workout of the week number 2. This is a 3-day full body power development program. What is the training goal? Well, it's to develop power. In very simple words, you want to become more explosive. So that's the program for you. And we call it power development, and it's a dynamic effort. We'll get into that right now when we look at the training variables. So the training intensity is 50 to 70% of the 1RM. The repetition range is 2 to 6. The exertion is light to medium. So we're working on power. For power, it's important to be in a state of no fatigue. So we want to be able to produce force as rapidly as possible. And for that, we need to be non-fatigued. The training effort is a dynamic effort. And if we look at the exercises of this program, it's based on variations of the Olympic lifts, followed by a squat variation, a hinge variation, a push and a pull. And the exercise order is we go from most technically complex to least complex. So you'll see we will start with the Olympic lift variation because they are technically most demanding, and then progress to the pushing and pulling movements, which are fairly simple to do. Some more training variables. The training frequency is 3 days a week. It's a station training, including some complexes. You will see that in a minute what the complex is. So we do one exercise followed by another exercise. So 1A, 1B, and then complete all the sets before we move on to the next complex or the next exercise. And the training split is a full body split. How does that look? Here we have our workout number 2, 3-day full body power development. Let's jump into it. And again, here we are inside the program. If you download it, you see a short overview of the program. And ideally, you train 3 days a week because it's a 3-day program, but on non-consecutive days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. Could also be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I leave that up to you. Let's go through the workout. So workout number 1. Again, this is not a deep dive into the program. This is a walkthrough. So once you downloaded the program for yourself and you choose to follow it, you know what you have to do. So workout number 1, here we are. So we have exercise 1, exercise 2, and then we have that complex of 3A and 3B. So exercise number 1, a power clean from the blocks. It's done explosive, and the interserial rest is 4 minutes. After that, you move on to a back squat, and also here 3 seconds down, 1 second hold, 1 second up as explosive as possible. The intent is explosive as possible. 4 minutes interserial rest, and then we get to our complexes. So an upper body push and an upper body pull. An upper body push followed by the hinging variation. The bench press, so you have 2 minutes of rest after completing your set of bench presses, and then you move on to the RDL. After the completion of the RDL, both of them are band resisted, accommodating resistance. After that, you have 4 minutes of rest before you go to the next complex of bench pressing and RDLs. Let's have a look at the set, rep, and intensity structure. So we do 4 repetitions at 60% of the maximum. The RPE is not provided because it's a light to moderate effort. So that would probably be an RPE of 4 or something like this. But anyway, 3 sets of this, and that remains the same set, rep, and intensity structure throughout all exercises. So let's move on to workout number 2. There we are. Workout number 2. Here you can see There we have no complexes, so we do a trap bar deadlift bend resisted, followed by a front squat bend resisted, followed by a hip thrust bend resisted. The tempo is explosive for the trap bar deadlift, or a 3-1-1 for the front squat and the hip thrust. Same set and rep structure as before, 3 sets of 4 at 60% of the 1 RM. And if we look at workout number 3, very similar to workout number 1. So we have a variation of the Olympic lift. Then we have a squat variation, the box squat. And then we have a complex of the shoulder press, bend resisted, and the bench row. So we have a vertical push and a horizontal pull. Again, 4 minutes of interserial rest, 2 minutes in the complex, and by completion of the complex, 4 minutes. And then we have 3 sets of 4 at 60% of the 1 RM. And if you download this, if you haven't seen the previous video, you also have a glossary explaining everything, also looking at the RPE, the tempo. There's a bit about me, then also what athletes have to say about me, what my colleagues and mentees have to say. And last but certainly not least, you can join the membership, get the full program, which is customizable for your own needs. So let's move back to the presentation. So what are the next steps? I've already said you can download the program for free. You can join the membership, and then you like and subscribe. And I see you in the next week, where we go to workout of the week number 3. And there we'll talk about 4 days maximum strength training.